Hello everybody and welcome to another episode of the Jamie Hughes Show, and as you can see, I'm not alone today. I'm joined by my confidant. Hi, this is Luke Morris. He's going to be here today, and you probably clicked on the title of this video so you know why you're here. We are doing a Game of Thrones Season 6 rundown. So let me break it down for you, what we're going to be doing in this episode. It's probably going to be quite a long one. Hopefully we're going to try and keep it about 20 minutes, but it'll probably go on longer. So we're going to talk about the first half of the series, what we thought. We're kind of going to breeze over that, and then we're going to talk about the kind of meat and the crux of what's happening in this series, and more importantly, the series finale and what we think is going to happen in Season 7. So, first part of the season, what did you think? First 4 or 5 episodes or so?
What do you think?
What did I think?
Yeah, well, I thought it was slow.
So, yeah,
So
I
it didn't
can
feel right. Like, I went back and saw Season 1, and it felt similar to that, because not much happened in season 1, but Ned Stark's not in it.
Ned Stark's
so
not
it's
in
like,
it.
What's the point in watching this now?
So,
But no, it was okay. I was losing hope though, and I thought they've gone on a series too long.
Yeah, I agree, especially the first probably 3 or 4. I actually can't remember what happened in a couple of the episodes, but obviously the first season, the second episode, Jon Snow came back. That was probably the biggest thing that happened up until that point. It was, a lot of people saw it as predictable. Were you?
It was incredibly.
I was going to say, what are your thoughts on the whole Jon Snow still being alive?
We might still see it, but I really wanted to see it, like.
Oh,
him.
hang on a sec. We should have really mentioned this earlier on because we've already spoiled it if you've not seen Season 6. But there are going to be spoilers because we are reviewing the whole of this episode, the whole of the series. So from now on, I'm sorry if you get spoiled. But yeah, we should have mentioned that earlier on, but there will be spoilers. So sorry, continue. Sorry.
Yeah, so I really wanted to see Jon Snow. Alright, he's dead.
He's dead.
He's dead.
He's gone.
Another series on? Who's that? It's Jon Snow. Wait, he's got blue eyes. White Walker.
White Walker.
Wouldn't that have been so much better?
But okay, I'll see your John Walker White Walker theory, but do you think he could have been a White Walker, a hybrid? Because again, spoilers, as we've realised, it's pretty much been confirmed. I know we're skipping over a lot of stuff here, but Jon Snow is now, we have been discovered. I'm trying not to spoil this, so if you definitely haven't seen it, the last episode, I'm going to spoil it for you now. Jon Snow is the daughter of Lyanna Stark, and pretty much confirmed he is now a half Targaryen. So could his fire and his dragonliness have made him a half and half, a half White Walker, half Targaryen human hybrid? You know what to say, do you?
Like,
I've blown your mind.
The big picture thing never really interests me about Game of Thrones.
What, the whole like fact that you need to win?
More about why did they pay much attention to like that woman taking the necklace off? What's that about? Like,
There we go. There was the thing that happened. That was the very first episode of Season 6.
And like that. Well, that comes back to like how just very slow it was at the beginning.
Yeah, and it was never addressed. I know there's no thing. It was never addressed. If you're not sure what we're talking about, end of Season 1, Episode 1. Sorry, it was called The Red Woman. Lady Melisandre took off her sexy golden necklace and turned into an old hag, basically. And it was never addressed.
She's old, but she's not a hag.
She looked like a hag.
She has feelings.
Hashtag hag. But she looked like a hag. But yeah, that was right. We'll skip through it because otherwise we're going to be here all day. But not unless you've got anything to add on the Melisandre hag thing.
Well, I mean, I think it just reiterates like how slow it was.
Yeah.
Because that was the highlight of the episode.
So, which was the end of the episode, which is usually the case. But
some woman's a hag.
Yeah, we didn't really get much up until that point. I mean, I think it was 4 or 5 Sansa and Jon reunited. Theon Greyjoy went back to the Iron Islands, which I gotta say, on a side note, I think it was really good that they brought back the Iron Islands in this series. I know book lovers will be happy about that because it features quite heavily. So it looks like it is going to feature in Season 7 quite a lot. I want to get your thoughts really quickly, and then we will definitely move on to the meat of the series. What were your thoughts on Dawn and the way it was sort of
What's Dawn again?
Dawn. Oh, come on, call yourself a Game of Thrones fan.
Okay.
It was where Oberyn Martell was from. It was what happened in this series was that the prince, I can't remember his name off the top of my head, he was a cripple and he got stabbed and his bodyguard got stabbed. The 3 Sand Vipers and Martell's widow.
Did you watch a different series than me?
Do you not really, was it really that unrememberable?
Was it when that one guy fell off the bridge?
No, that was the Iron Islands.
Alright, who's Martell again?
Oberyn Martell, the guy that got his head crushed by the mountain.
Wait, was that in the fight?
Yeah.
In the last series?
Yeah.
That was horrible. Can I just say that was horrible? I felt so bad. I've never felt so bad about someone who's not real before.
No.
I really thought he'd... Anyway, sorry. I really
couple of packets of ketchup. But yeah, anyway, moving on. Well, there we go. He knows his thoughts. He didn't really care about Dawn. But let me know what you thought of Dawn, because there are a lot of people, especially book readers, that I know that were a bit pissed about it because it kind of skimmed over really quickly, which we are going to do now. I'm sorry. But yeah, I would have liked to have seen more Dawn. We got some at the end of the last episode, which again we'll touch on later on in this episode. So we will move on now probably to the last sort of 3 or 4 episodes where things picked up. We are going to skip over a lot of stuff, so if there is stuff you want us to mention and maybe do another episode that we may forget, leave a comment down below. But we will probably skip ahead now to episode 6 or 7.
In the later.
Yeah.
There was stuff that happened in the middle.
Yeah, there was stuff that happened. We'll probably come back to it because it is going to be a mishmash of our thoughts.
I think coming to the end, you know, we knew where it was heading. We did. It was building up to it.
Yeah.
But I think we should talk about some great bits in the series, some not so great bits, and then talk about the end.
Okay then, we'll go with you. As you can see, we're on the cuff. We're off the cuff here. We go with whatever we want.
The bit where the series took a turn, and I thought, oh my god, it's back. Game of Thrones is back. And hearing that music, I can't remember what it's called, but it's one. Do you know the one that goes na 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 na?
Yeah, they're like na 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 na.
Oh, I love that one.
Yeah, I think
I didn't hear it all series like. But it came back.
Is it that the Rains of Castamere, the thing that they used at the Red Wedding?
Yeah.
It might, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, go on. Sorry.
I'm not that. Anyway, yeah. So, chase, right? The chase scene with Aya and that one.
The waif.
Girl, yeah, the girl who's almost as worse as the nun.
Yeah, the waif.
Yeah. She's chasing Aya, isn't she?
Like Terminator down the steps.
Yeah. Like, okay. I think we know where it's going. Someone's going to come out and she's going to escape just barely by some character who's going to intervene or something like that. But no. She goes down to the cellar room, doesn't she?
Yeah.
And pitch black. And up to this point, everyone felt pretty much that they've been wasting their time, didn't they?
Yeah, I definitely agree.
That story arc where she's fighting to become a ninja, but I just remembered that she was becoming a ninja in season 1, a little bit in between the series as well. She's not a ninja yet.
What do we
or
say?
Is she?
What do we say to that? Not today.
He got butchered.
Oh.
Anyway, yeah, goes into the cellar room, pitch black, almost closes the door. Rookie mistake, right? You've already seen it.
I know. I don't know why you're telling me. I think a lot of people here would have already seen what happened.
I know, I'm building the hype.
You build.
Like I'm
do you want me to do?
to...
Right, you do it and I'll do the music. So you keep saying what's happening and I'll do the.
Aya, push back. It's a black ball. She comes in. She's got a sword. She's injured. She's not gonna win. You're not gonna win. This is the end of Aya. We know what Game of Thrones is. Characters just die. Oh well. I liked her for a bit. Goes black. Oh my god.
No.
There you go. Wasn't it so good?
It was actually really good.
Like, I thought that's so clever.
I still have a lot of hatred for that storyline because it
Really?
felt like we spent 2 seasons almost her training to be a faceless person, and then in the end she just went, "I'm Arya Stark. I'm going home." And it was like
She kept the needle in the rocks.
Yeah, all right, fair enough. But it was like she was still always Arya Stark. It was like it was always going to be that she wasn't going to become a faceless ninja. So yeah, I found it a very pointless storyline, but it's definitely getting better, especially with what happened in the last episode.
And
we will definitely come to that.
Anyway, poor Filch. He got it bad.
He got it bad, son. Should we just skip ahead to the last episode and then because I think that's.
I just thought that was probably the game changer in the series.
The Game of Thrones changer.
What was the game changer for you? Was that it?
There, or I would say, tough one. There was definitely points. I really liked the subtle things that happened, like the Marjorie when she gave her nan the rose, as if to say, like,
that was nice.
I got this shit. I'm playing the High Sparrow.
I wasn't sure. That was really well done as well.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure. Like some bits, she's faking it.
Yeah,
then she did some things like.
Yeah, I think Tommen was definitely brainwashed. I think he was full on
just like
committed
the
to
youth today.
Yeah,
he's awful. Oh,
God. I have
I
pointed.
would have said go jump, and he did. So.
Spoilers. But yeah, no, I think there was definitely subtle bits with the High Sparrow. I think the High Sparrow was a really intriguing character. But I can't remember how he got to that much power that quickly.
I can't remember when he came into it.
I remember
just slided into the show.
Yeah,
I
like
can't remember
Cersei went to get him. Like he was living on the streets, and like 3 episodes later, he was like running King's Landing. So that like proves the power he had, and there was scenes with Tommen. He thought he had, but there was scenes with Tommen where they were really, really well done, really subtle, and it was great. I think turning point for me was a lot of the stuff that happened in the very last episode. I thought, I tell you when I thought Thrones was back. Actually, skip over it. I was going to skip over it and almost forget to mention it, but I just remembered it.
That's what I said.
And that is Hold the Door.
God, yeah.
That I forgot about it. It was so like such a heartbreaking twist, but really, really well done. That was when I felt like
it was. I thought it was such a sketchy move, like the flashbacks.
Yeah.
But it
worked. It worked well. It worked really well. I was always a bit odd, like especially because we got like a flashback a couple of episodes before, and it was like, oh, why are they showing this? And then it obviously made complete sense that Willis was Hodor and he could. But yeah, that was that.
For me,
that was the point I thought Thrones was back. Sorry.
For me, like it wasn't that impactful. I mean, like it's Hodor. I mean, but you can only have so much of an attachment for the guy who has one line.
Yeah.
You know.
Hodor.
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 But if you think back to I can't even remember now. Oh no. Which actually was again. They dug back up. Sorry, little girl. But you're a little girl. You got burned to the stake.
Oh yeah, that felt like
that was horrible.
It was horrible. I felt that was like a really
just
odd.
How innocent she was, not because she was a kid, just like she was actually a nice person in this world.
Yeah.
And nice people get burned to death.
Yeah, that was like one of the very few things I found tough to watch is when like the whole point where they like the mum realizes and they're like the kids on the stake burning. But I think for me that was a really weak point bringing that back up.
Really?
Because I probably my memory is weak on previous Game of Thrones series, but I think like didn't Davos already know or did Davos not know?
I thought he knew.
I thought he knew. This is why like
if he truly like loved her as a daughter,
he'd have known. And this
he'd have asked like.
Yeah.
So Stannis is dead. So where's her? Like, did it not occur to him?
Oh, well, I see.
Maybe someone said to him, I can't remember it.
Yeah, like she was sent away or whatever to protect us. Well, if anyone knows why Davos didn't know until the Battle of the Bastards episode what had happened to Shireen, let us know in the comments below. But yeah, I thought that was a really odd point, and again, I'm going to skip forward to the last episode, but I think that was a really weak point to get Melisandre out of the show because I don't know when Melisandre goes from here now.
Especially when like.
She should
have gone a long time ago.
Yeah, and I don't get
why is she still sticking around?
Yeah, and like, the fact that
Jon's awake now.
Yeah, she brought Jon to life. She'd helped in the Battle of the Bastards, but then Jon, who has no connection to Stannis Baratheon or Shireen, has nothing to do with this whole storyline. Davos comes in crying, saying you bloody murdered her. I can't do a Geordie accent, I'm sorry. But and then Jon like just goes, oh, I'm going to send you away because you're a murderer. Hang on a minute, this is the Game of Thrones. People have done far worse stuff than that.
He is. I think that's what that scene before it was all about. Like Joe and King of the North.
Yeah.
I think he's got responsibilities now, and he doesn't want to. Obviously, he's not that bothered. He's seen worse stuff.
Yeah.
Which I will get to, which is the best, I think, episode of a TV series I've ever seen. One of the best. Not really best. Come on. But anyway, he had responsibilities. He had to go. She had to go.
I don't know. I would. Okay, I'm going to throw questions out during this. Like, but where do you think Melisandre goes now? Does she ride south to King's Landing? I don't see her fitting in there. Does she? I don't know. Does she bump into Jaime Lannister? Is there going to be a completely? Does she bump into the Hound and the Lord of Light guys?
About that.
Who knows? Anyway,
just take off your necklace and just do something with it. I don't know.
Anyway, yeah. What was your best TV show bit ever? You were gonna say?
It was just amazing, wasn't it? Before building up to the last few episodes with the slow, quite closed in sets, and it really felt like a
minimalistic.
That's the one. Version of
Thrones.
Yeah, and I thought it was just okay, but. I thought they were saving their money. They were saving the budget, and they did.
Battle of the Bastards.
Wow.
I will throw out a little factoid for you here, that the budget of Game of Thrones is $4 million an episode. I read somewhere that the Battle of the Bastards, which was episode 9, cost £28 million to make, and it took a month of filming. They had over 80 hours of filming of footage for the whole Battle of the Bastards thing.
It was worth it.
It was very worth it.
Was worth it.
And there was a lot less CGI, which I think was great in that whole sequence. And yeah, I agree. I think that has overtaken the Hard Home and the Red Wedding as the best episode of Game of Thrones on IMDb. It is a 10 out of 10. You don't get any better than that, Pet.
I was just blown away, and I loved how they knew what to focus on.
Yeah.
They knew, I don't know how long the battle went on, but for some reason there was just a mass of bodies.
Yeah, the bodies
within
just
a minute.
Yeah.
Wow, there's a lot of people I didn't see get killed, but I think obviously it was time skip. But when the camera is just going up to the dead body, and he's there holding his guts, and everyone's screaming.
Oh, that was grim. That took me back to Saving Private Ryan. I thought it was great.
Oh my god!
I've never been so anxious since when John was getting trampled on, and people were and he was getting.
Really felt.
That was great. That was my favorite bit of the whole and you felt, and he couldn't breathe, and he was like, he's like shit. He's gonna die.
Miserable. It was horrible.
And obviously,
so good.
lovely bit of justice that Ramsay got.
Oh, we'll talk about that in a minute.
Oh, we're not.
Oh, I was just gonna say the only thing I didn't like about that big scene was the bit where they were all cornered in. And
that's
circle around them, but it wasn't exactly a circle because the bodies were there.
Yeah.
I don't see all right, someone has to command them to get out and what to do next, but when there's a clear exit route, when there's only I only saw a few guards.
Yeah, but there was but they wouldn't have all got over the top because they'd been slaughtered. But yeah,
that's what I'm saying though. Yeah. But there's only I only saw 10 guards at the top.
But to move it on, I think the Knights of the Vale coming was the weakest point of the episode, but because it seemed really Hollywoody.
What was that?
When Littlefinger and his crew rode in and killed the rest of the Boltons.
You didn't like that?
I didn't like it. I thought it was very Hollywoody, and it kind of made Sansa just like a whiny little girl again.
No one likes Sansa.
Anyway, we will skip forward because otherwise we're going to be here forever. But yeah, Ramsay Bolton got his comeuppance on the end of that episode. He was fed.
He though? I don't know.
He was fed to the dogs. That's a great way to die.
Poor
Considering
Simon.
what he did.
Poor Simon.
Oh, I don't watch Misfits.
Simon.
Simon.
He's that.
Spoilers. He dies all the time. But I really enjoyed it. I thought it was a great comeuppance after what he did to his little brother and his stepmom.
That's what he gets for starving dogs.
7 days. Bit his face off.
He should have got a lot worse though, but he didn't.
He did. He should have. Yeah, but that's what happened. What do you think of Ramsay dying? So we will move on now. I think we've covered a lot of the bases there for what happened in the series. If we forget anything, I'm sorry, but we are trying to keep this brief. So we will move on to reviewing the last episode more or less now.
Well, I mean,
last bulk of episodes.
Yeah,
so
last two really, but the end of season. Episode. Just come on.
So yeah,
let's go.
Episode 10, we lost. I think half of the cast died. Probably, I'm not far off. So we will, again, spoilers if you've not seen it. If you've made it this far and you've not seen episode 10, we probably spoiled a few bits for you. Oh yeah, one more thing. Awesome, the Hound isn't dead. That was a really good episode. I'm not entirely sure why Ian McShane came into Thrones.
Can I just say, like, I love the what cameos.
Yeah.
I forgot about the other guy, Joe, who was the Hound's best mate. I can't remember who he was, what he's out of. But Richard E. Grant, he was in Downton. Now he's in Game of Thrones.
Why? What? Who was in Game of Thrones?
Richard E. Grant.
Yeah, who was he?
The performer on stage. You should have seen my.
My
jaw drop. Yeah.
Yeah.
When I saw him, like, he's just the best.
I didn't know it was him.
Richard E. Grant.
No, I didn't know it was him.
Richard
Yeah, I know who he is, but I didn't know anyway.
How did you not know?
I didn't know anyway. Moving on, because we were going to be so far over the time limit here. But yeah, last episode, rundown of who died: the High Sparrow, Loras Tyrell, Marjorie Tyrell, Daddy Tyrell, I can't remember his name, Lancel Lannister, the other Lannister, I can't remember his name, Tywin's brother, what's he called? Tommen died, Walder Frey.
Cersei's soul.
Cersei's
Gone.
Gone.
You thought there was something there, gone.
The Freys have gone.
See how Jamie looked at her? No.
Yeah, he knew. She was like, nah, fam. The shame woman, shame.
She got it so much worse than...
I don't know, because you didn't know what happened to her.
Did you hear her scream?
Yeah.
She got it so much worse than Ramsay. So much worse. Anyway.
Yeah.
That's so unfair.
But what are your thoughts on a lot of the cast dying in this season finale? What yeah, but what are your thoughts on the half of the cast dying? I will let you go.
We're getting somewhere now. Are we with the last shot again? Anyway,
we'll get to her.
We'll get to that one. We're getting somewhere though.
Yeah.
And I like that because it was a bit of a slow start, but we're getting somewhere now. Yeah. Tommen was funny. I laughed.
Yeah, it was so like over the top the way he just sort of went and then
just saw it. He saw the burning citadel and he's just like, I sod this now. I'm done now.
No.
Not playing this game anymore. It's rubbish.
I don't want to play Game of Thrones, but we have differences of opinions on this. We spoke about it before we came on air, and that was that. I really liked the way it was done with them taking. Oh, the Maester dude died as well. Like. With all the kids, like the little birds who.
What was that about? What I didn't get that.
What the old maester?
Why did he have to die? Like he was just weird.
Yeah, but he didn't like the what Cersei had been doing with the mountain and stuff. So they were like, let's get rid of him. And then obviously, Lancel Lannister when he got stabbed and he crawled towards the candles with the smoke and the music. I think the music in that episode was amazing.
I didn't like that scene. Like that was my problem with it. Like he was only small. But what's that kid got to do with anything? Like why did he stab him?
Because they're being manipulated by Cersei in the mountain, aren't they?
I know, but why did he just finish the job? How did you not know that he could crawl, get the candles off? And
yeah, but that was the point. It was obviously that they knew that they weren't gonna.
It's not real. It's not real. Come on.
But yeah, the one thing I didn't like that was that the fact that like they didn't get out of the Sept of Baelor when like they quite clearly could have. Like
she'd make more of an effort to get out.
Like not like even like maybe like Marjorie I could understand, but like the Tyrell's father and the Lannister, there was no like people stopping them from leaving. They just
looking at each other like,
going, what's going on? What's going on? And then
like,
obviously
I just heard it, but I'm not going to say anything.
Yeah, it's like they've all been blown. They've all got blown away.
Like I think we missed something there as well because the way Grand Maester looked at
the High Sparrow.
The High Sparrow.
Yeah, he knew.
Grand Maester again.
I can't remember who he is.
I don't know. But anyway, High Sparrow, looking at Tyrell girl, like,
he knew.
Something there. Like, I don't know what they were trying to portray, but...
Yeah, that was the thing I found quite odd about it, but it was still really great, and if you cast
was it Wildfire?
Yeah, I was trying to think of it.
It's such a good throwback to season 2, I thought.
And it was a throwback to what Tyrion said.
Season 2?
Yeah, that and what Tyrion said to Daenerys about how when Rhaegar Targaryen was the Mad King, he'd buried wildfire under the city and he was going to burn everyone. Yeah. And now it's almost like Cersei has become the Mad King Rhaegar by doing what she couldn't do. So I thought that was a really nice little nod there. So moving on, we will move on. One more thing, I'm not going to mention. I particularly don't want to mention it because I think it was pointless being in this series, and that was Sam. I don't like. I didn't really.
I thought that as soon as I was watching, like.
I don't get why he was in the episode, or there was a lot.
Can you remember the scene just before that scene with Sam? It was something impactful.
Yeah, and then I think it was like, it was
the very beginning, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was the explosion, and then it's like the massive, and then oh my God, Sam's gone to the Citadel.
Throw a bit of comedy in there, which is fine.
Yeah.
Not in the last episode.
Yeah,
I want it to be grim, brutal. And I showed you before this picture of the children who are now White Walkers, and that was Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
Like, really got to you.
Yeah,
It was amazing, but I don't want to see Sam.
Yeah, I don't see a point. I think Sam should have been saved for like the first episode of season.
No, but you're not children. Oh God, yeah.
And he's like that with the papers, like.
Yeah, it's great.
But yeah, moving on. Anyways, we will move on. Probably what is going to be the final part of this Game of Thrones roundup. There's things we've missed, I know, but we are like hitting like half an hour now, so we don't want to drag this out much longer than it has to be. So we're going to mention probably, other than Jon Snow, the other big main character in this series who it's followed, and that is Talisi. Yes. I was going to say Talisi, Targaryen, Khaleesi and Tyrion. Their story arc and how that's progressed. Basically, we left them. They had joined forces with the Greyjoys. We haven't mentioned the Greyjoys in this video, I know, but
Poach. That's all you need to say.
Yeah, no, that was they're the phrase.
Same thing. What's the difference now?
And the Greyjoys, we will get. We probably won't mention them at all. But yeah,
Greyjoys,
yeah, they not a lot happened other than them sort of aligning themselves with Daenerys Targaryen. So your thoughts on that final parting shot of Khaleesi? Finally, we think sailing on to Westeros with all three dragons intact. And yeah, what are your thoughts on her progression this series, and where do you see her going?
I really don't care for her. Like,
I
don't obviously, I don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
But she captures Westeros. I think there's going to be some conflict with Jon, and obviously the White Walkers. Winter is here.
Fire and Ice.
Winter is here. Is that what that dove was, by the way? Not the dove.
The white dove.
No, the white eagle.
Yeah.
Is that what that was about? Like, was it like oh, by the way, notification.
Yeah.
Started.
Yeah. Well,
what that was?
Father always said. I think it's because it had flown like through the snow or something. I think that's what it might have been.
I thought that he brought a message.
Yeah, he brought a message from the Citadel to say that Sam was there.
Yeah.
I think I'm not entirely sure. Anyway, I think we're thinking too much into that. And we'll get well off track and ramble for another 20 minutes. So we'll if you know what the dove represented, then let us know. Eagle, whatever it was, whatever the ornithological bird. There we go, whatever it was. But yeah, Khaleesi, I think it was a good story. It just kind of took away from the main story of her getting to Westeros earlier on in the season with getting the.
I just wanted to see like Tyrion's reaction to like being the lowest of the low in his home to now being the hand of the queen.
Hand of the queen.
And you can see his face. He was like trembling. He's gonna hug it. I thought he was gonna hug it. It'd be really nice.
Yeah. It's nice that. Yeah. It's not. You. Yeah, but I again, to try to put us back on track really quickly. I really enjoyed it. Yeah, as I said, her getting the I can't remember what they're called now. Dothraki on board again. It could have been done in a couple of. It was done. I think I was over dragged, but yeah, I think they're on the right track with this series, especially the latter half of it. So yeah, I'm really happy with the way that the Khaleesi thing ended. I can't really say too much about it because it was kind of like that was kind of tied up nicely in a bow. She had a nice transition to the episode, and they let.
I don't know how she got that many boats in such little time.
Well, it's Game of Thrones, isn't it? It's like how did Varys get from Dawn to that boat in the space of 10 minutes in an episode when usually it takes forever for people to travel. So yeah, I think we're probably much naturally coming to the end of this discussion.
One more thing, I can't wait to see Theon Greyjoy's reaction to hearing he's dead.
Who's dead?
Theon Greyjoy.
Oh, Ramsay's dead. Oh yeah, yeah.
Dead.
I
think it'd be pretty good. What does it do?
Oh yeah,
that would be interesting.
That would be interesting.
Anything else that you like?
There's one.
To see.
There's one more thing I'm going to touch on, and then we'll give our season 7 predictions, and that is that we mentioned it briefly, right at the beginning of this episode, and that is that the theory of R plus L equals J, which is that Rhaegar Targaryen and Lyanna Stark are the birth parents of Jon Snow, which means that Jon Snow is a Targaryen and a Stark by name. The only person that knows this, well, the only people that knew this were Ned Stark, and he's dead. And now Bran knows it because of the flashback. So,
will people believe him?
Well, that's what I was going to say. How does Bran get that out there? Does he leave it a secret? How important is it going to be? Like, now that we know it, do people have to know it? Does Jon have to know it? How does he naturally stake his claim as a Targaryen if nobody knows about it? Do you know what I mean? Like,
well, I've got a fear that it'll end with Bran and that girl getting together and settling down.
You think Bran's it's going to end with Bran?
I don't want it to. I really don't. I think he's going to have such a significant role because again.
Oh yeah, he's the three-eyed raven. He's going to
building so much with Khaleesi.
And Bran's just going to come and swoop in and.
I just think we're building so much, and we know what building does. Like Arya, they built the whole series.
Yeah.
You know, it comes to a really dramatic conclusion.
Yeah, I agree. I think Bran's gonna. We haven't really touched on Bran, but again, I'm gonna really quickly.
Want to.
Yeah, I don't like. I don't like Bran, but I thought his story was really good. So we will push this forward now to Luke. If you will give me your predictions for what you think is going to happen, or what you would like to see happen in season 7.
See happen.
Yeah.
So, Khaleesi comes, right? She comes to Westeros, like, you're right. Tyrion obviously has a massive part here because he knows everything about Lakeland. He knows it all. So they're going to settle down, nice. What about, what's her name?
Cersei.
Cersei, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I got a feeling they'll handle it not very well.
Yeah.
I think they'll come and she'll be pushed back, but she won't be that angry because she's a player, isn't she? I don't think she'll be that angry. I think she'll make a deal, obviously.
Yeah.
So they'll be working together, kind of, not really. Maybe not. I don't know where else she'll go. Or maybe she put up a fight, and we'll get a massive attack on King's Landing, like season 2.
Yeah.
Maybe. But I don't think so. I think they'll save the budget to the very concluding thing with the White Walkers. Which, when are they gonna come? I don't know. Like I hope it's not the very end of the series. I hope we get to see Westeros just burn or freeze, whatever you want.
Burn fire or ice.
And I just want to see everything that Game of Thrones is crumble. And I want to see it all go to waste with the White Walkers. And then I want to see the White Walkers die. And then it'll end with only a select few characters, and the world is awful. But I don't see how that would happen because they need to go over the narrow sea, and I think it'll take way too long. And they've already confirmed that there's not. I think there's 13 episodes left.
No,
so I don't know.
20.
No, 13. It's confirmed.
Oh no, there'll be 2 series, which is.
Yeah, but 13 episodes.
Well, how does that work? Because that's only one.
I thought
there's 10 episodes.
I thought they were splitting it up. I promise you.
I've heard 2 series. I've heard 2 series, so I would say that there's 20 episodes left, which is because every other series has been 10.
I hope you're right, but I don't think you're right.
I think it's 10 episodes, but yeah,
What's your thoughts?
I don't think we're gonna see the White Walkers yet. If there is 10 episodes left, I think
they're taking a while as well. By the way.
Yeah, they
were sprinting down the corridors, but they're not.
Yeah, they're taking a sweet time, aren't they? Maybe they're waiting for the rest of the North to freeze. I think Jon goes to stake his claim against Cersei after they find out what's happened. I think Daenerys comes over and stakes her claim. I think having 2 series left, I think this is going to be a lot of it might be filler again, and build to like the last 4 episodes or 3 or 4 episodes where we get like a lot of action and a lot of conflict and a lot of resolution. But yeah. One more thing we're going to ask you before we wrap this up. Who do you see at the end of the Game of Thrones sitting on the Iron Throne?
No one.
No one?
I don't see anyone.
No? Controversial?
I see a shot of just an empty hall with somebody, maybe Cersei, just
laughing like the mad queen she is.
Like, on the throne, everything crumbling around her.
Or that.
Or someone else, or maybe not. Or I hope to see no one win the throne, and it was all for nothing.
The final shot. I'm gonna throw mine in there. If we're going with this theory, the last of the remaining main characters in the hall where the throne room is, surrounded by White Walkers. And then it ends, fade to black, and then
So no.
No. Anyway, they're.
What is? What do you think?
Just want closure.
I just want closure. What do you think? The final thought, right? The White Walkers are going to do, because it's building literally the whole series.
It's just going to be a huge battle, I think, between as the thing is called, A Song of Fire and Ice. I do think that there is going to be a huge battle between dragons, and yeah, I think that's where it's going to build. So I think that was a nice little way to end it up there, wrapping that up nicely with A Song of Fire and Ice.
Scary though.
Scary.
Are they not scary?
I know.
Can you say that bit where Bran goes to see the White Walkers,
and he touched him.
To their house, say hi.
It touches him. And he's got a big
my
white
God,
arm.
Isn't it scary?
That was terrifying.
And then he looked at him, one of the elders. Oh, he's scary. I don't like him.
He knows whether. Yeah. Anyway, we really are going to have to wrap this up now. So thank you very much for sticking with us. If you stayed and watched this whole 40 minutes, thank you. I say just thanks for watching it. Hit the like button if you did enjoy this. We will probably be doing one of these for every single episode of next season. So yeah, they'll be a lot shorter and more in brief. So as I said, thank you very much for watching. He's been Luke Morris. This is his first time on camera, so be nice to him in the comments. Not the last. Hopefully not the last. I've been Jamie Hughes again. Thank you. Share, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button for more awesome Game of Thrones content. Thank you very much. I will see you in the next episode. Bye bye.